Hey there, Eric Gall here, and I want to talk to you today about some independence tips to support your loved one with a developmental disability to grow their independence. And these tips, there's actually 12 of them. I'm going to dive into the first one today, but they're all inside of the independence guide here. So 12 top secret independence tips for your loved one, all from parents. So these were gathered from over 100 families, that many of which I've had the pleasure of working with, on the tips and the things that are working for them to support their loved one to grow their independence. So there's an awesome, this is a guide, is awesome. You can just click the link below and download your copy if you don't have it yet. I'll just flip through a few pages here, but you can see that it's a pretty resourceful guide with lots of awesome tips. So I recommend you get your copy. But let's dive into the first tip here. So the first tip, it's all around seeing your loved one as capable. Okay, that's what kind of the first bunch of tips are in this guide. So tip number one is to respect your loved one as adults. So I asked over 10,000 families, what is the number one strategy that's working for you to support your loved one to grow their independence? And I got a reply back from Gloria BW, who's a mother, and this what Gloria shared, I think, was a common theme amongst the hundreds of responses that came back. So Gloria said, the number one advice that I would give that's working for her is treating and respecting your loved one as a person. Focus on their strengths, not their disability. After making this change, I was taken back by how much we as a family looked at our daughter in that way, at her disability, even though we believe in independence. Now we see our daughter as a 25-year-old, even though her maturity level is not quite there. And I love this shift that Gloria and her family have made. It sounds so simple, right? But it has a massive impact on our loved ones. And I've seen this in the hundreds of, over 500 families that I've worked with. I've seen this in my family's life, in my sister's life as well. So I just want you to think about this for a minute, right? Respecting your loved one as really their own age, right? So if we treat our loved one as their actual age, what happens? Well, our expectations increase. And what else happens? When our expectations increase, the opportunities that our loved one gets to live into their adult life also increases, right? And so our loved one has more opportunity to grow. So the insight here that Gloria and so many other families shared, right, is that when we respect our loved one as an adult, our loved one has the opportunity to grow into an adult. And this seems, I think, intuitive, but sometimes we can just get so stuck in our patterns and our habits, and it's just always a good reminder to maybe shift out of that pattern, shift out of that habit. So I hope that this tip was helpful. And again, there's 12 more tips available for you in the 12 tips guide. It's a completely free download. So if you just click the link below, you can get your copy, and it's going to support you to help your loved one grow their independence. Again, I'm Eric Gall. Click below, get your free copy, and together, let's take a small step forward.